Well, if you wanted to live well beyond 100 chronologically, say 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, well, being biologically 30, 40, 50, you're going to have to be obsessive about getting there. You're going to have to do everything right. It is possible. All human beings have the genetic capacity to live well beyond 200, but to get beyond 100, 100 to something really extraordinary like 140, 150, 160, you're going to have to be obsessive. You are going to have to eat the perfect food. You're going to have to take, on an obsessive level, the 90 essential nutrients appropriate for your body weight. I've been doing that twice a day for 67 years. Think about that. I've been taking the 90 essential nutrients twice a day, morning and evening, for 67 years. I've been blessed with 67 years of health. I haven't been to a doctor in 67 years. I've never been on a prescription medication. I mean, how good is that? Well, I want you to think about it. Okay, perfect food, perfect diet, 90 essential nutrients twice a day, appropriate for body weight. And then I want to add to the 90 essential nutrients our new product called Immortalium. Immortalium is a blend of nutrients, particularly bioflavonoids and antioxidants, to extend the life of telomeres, the little end caps on the chromosomes. This is a little tweak. This is the cherry on the parfait for health and longevity, okay? To understand all this, I want you to get a hold of the book Immortality. I want you to get a hold of the new book coming out, Epigenetics. Epigenetics, the book, Immortality, the book, and then there's 3 CDs, Dial MD for Murder, my favorite, and then From Here to Immortality, and then What Kills Billionaires. Now, you have to appreciate good food doesn't mean expensive food. It doesn't mean organic food. Good food means things that do not cause problems. I mean, most of our problems are self-inflicted. Cancer, diabetes, osteoporosis, arthritis, back problems, dementia. All of these are self-inflicted. None of them are genetic. None of them are genetic. Every birth defect is preventable. None of them are genetically transmitted. All birth defects are 100% preventable. Some of them, like cystic fibrosis and muscular dystrophy, are totally reversible even after the baby's born because they're just simple nutritional deficiencies or biochemical problems. Some of them, where you have inborn errors in metabolism, like things like PKU, you have lactose intolerance, fructose intolerance, you have people that have sickle cell anemia, thalassemia. All of these are inborn errors in metabolism. When some enzyme was being formed along the early life of the embryo, in the first 91 days of pregnancy, something was missing, a nutrient was missing, or something interfered with the use of a nutrient, and a piece is missing. So the baby's missing these things. Well, things like fructose intolerance, lactose intolerance, thalassemia, sickle cell anemia, these kinds of things, PKU, these you can all make up the difference. You can all take an enzyme like lactase, fructase. You can take more selenium and B6 and stay away from bad stuff and deal easily with sickle cell anemia and thalassemia. And then, of course, PKU, just read labels and avoid things that have phenylalanine in it. But some of the more severe cleft palate and heart defects are surgical cases. Some of them, like cerebral palsy and Down syndrome, you have to deal with it because they can't be fixed with surgery. And so why not read the book Immortality? Why not read the book Epigenetics? Why not listen to the CDs, Dial MD for Murder, From Here to Immortality, and What Kills Billionaires? Educate yourself. What you can do to help your telomeres. Now, the nice thing about the information in the book Immortality and Epigenetics are based on the research that was actually resulted in the Nobel Prizes for 2009. Very clever. The telomeres, these end caps, normally, traditionally, in cell culture, at least, human cells in cell culture have a limit. It's called the Hayflick limit, named after Leonard Hayflick, the guy who discovered that there was a limit in the number of duplications that these end caps could tolerate. You lose a little bit of them each time the chromosomes duplicate, and 51 duplications was it. Well, now we're looking for the Wallach limit. The Wallach limit. We're going to go way beyond 51 duplications. That's going to help your telomeres survive longer, duplicate longer, add many healthful years to your life. And so we're very excited to see in cell culture, of course, how many duplications we can get. We're going to call it the Wallach limit. We already know that giving the 90 essential nutrients to human cell cultures by Clemson University, we were talking about Ultimate Classic and also the Beyond Tangerine, that we could, with the dosage we gave them, the optimal dosage, the cells live longer and were healthier. When you doubled it, they lived longer and were healthier. When you tripled it, they all lived longer and were healthier. There was no toxic side effects to these products, Ultimate Classic and Beyond Tangerine. Now we're going the next step. We're doing the studies, which are going to come out here in a couple of weeks. And these studies actually look at telomeres. They look at all kinds of nifty stuff using these products. I'm so excited about this because we will show, using Nobel Prize-winning science from 2009, that we can incorporate that into our program. Now, into the 90 Essentials, the 90 for Life program. You have to appreciate that the people who live the longest on Earth are all from third world, illiterate countries. They have no doctors, no insurance, and no hospitals and clinics. What are they doing? They have 40 times the 100-year-olds we do. 40 times. Well, get the book Immortality and Epigenetics, the CDs, Dial MD for Murder, From Here to Immortality, and What Kills Billionaires, and you'll find out. Contact your Youngevity associate today and ask for Immortality. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us?
Well, this goes to what you were discussing in your monologue, and that is that there's a Fox News story here that's headlined, "Sushi and Sleep Are Secrets to Longevity According to the World's Oldest Woman." So the world's oldest woman revealed the secret behind her long and healthy life, and it turns out that Misao Okawa turns 116 this week, and she reckons it's two simple things, sushi and sleep. She eats 3 meals a day, makes sure she always gets 8 hours of rest a night, and her favorite meal is sushi, particularly mackerel on vinegar-steamed rice. She has that at least once a month, and she even has, she's got kids that are in their 90s, Doc. So you talk about long-lived. But I would suggest that if she's eating sushi that often, she's not only getting the good things that are in seaweed.
Wait a minute, that often? She said once a month?
Yeah, once a month. But
that's not very often.
No.
I would not think that would have it. I think that's wrong because for a variety of reasons, but certainly a serving of sushi once a month is not going to impact her longevity.
Yeah, probably not.
I think she chose poorly what's going on. Did it say where she's from?
No, they do not. But there was a picture of her, and I'm thinking she probably, they say that she is outlived by her husband and all, but they don't really say where she's from.
She's not from Japan or Okinawa.
I bet she's probably from Okinawa because they generally live really, simple lifestyles and don't have doctors in their lives or.
Yeah, the reason I asked that, I've been to Okinawa many, many times. I've gone to some of these centenarians' homes, and these are the people. The centenarians don't live in Okinawa City. They live way up in the mountains, and they still use wood stoves. They're still putting wood ashes in their garden, so they're getting plant minerals as a source of minerals every day from their garden, and I would think that that's more of a factor than sushi. So I wouldn't buy that. It's kind of like here in America when a reporter asks a person, "Oh, you're 110 years old now. What do you attribute it to?" "Oh, I just love everybody. I'm happy all the time." Well, that really is nice, but that's not going to make your bones and your heart and your lungs and your blood vessels and your brain live functionally in a healthful way to 110 or 115. And so their version of what got them there is, in this case, I think, lame. Eating sushi once a month, that's a Pinocchio, or I don't know what you do for somebody who just gives information just because they don't know. Maybe a confabulation. Let's call it a confabulation, okay? And so I would bet that she's from the mountains of Okinawa, and she's living in a place where they all garden, and her kids in their 90s are also gardening, or maybe they're gardening and she's living with them. And that would be my guess. And everybody's getting the same wood ashes in their gardens. They're eating things grown in their vegetables. And it's the minerals going into their vegetables through wood ashes that's making them live a long time, as opposed to... See, none of the people in Okinawa City live past their 70s or 80s or 90s. But the ones who live to be 100 in Okinawa are always these ones living up in the hills. They still think the Second World War is going on. I mean, they're totally isolated. They're still using herbs for health. They don't have doctors. It's one of the biggest survival factors in all these third world cultures that outlive us. They have 40 times 100-year-olds we do. They have 100-year-old per 250 of their population. We have 100-year-old per 10,000. And the biggest factor when they have 25 common threads, Doug, is they don't have doctors. They don't have health insurance, either private or government. They do not have clinics, hospitals, emergency services, anything we would think of as being necessary to health and long life. So I just don't buy the sushi thing once a month.
Yeah, you're probably right on that one. I've been thinking about, this forced healthcare that we've got now. I'm going to start following, the morbidity rates, because I think that now that everyone has insurance, the death rates in this country are going to skyrocket.
Oh, absolutely. The average lifespan of Americans is going to go down because doctors kill more people each year than the mafia has in 1,000 years. Every year in America, medical doctors kill, injure, and infect 15 million of their customers in their workplace. Who else could get away with that but American doctors? We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Hollister, California, and Jim, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Jim, you're on the air.
Yeah, Dr. Wallach. I have a question about my dog. She's 4.5 years old. She's an Airedale Terrier, and she has a hemetic immune disease. And she's been to the vet, and her blood count was at 24, it went down to 18, now it's back up to 21. But she's real weak and doesn't move. And
wait a minute. She's 4.5 years old. When did she start getting sick?
About 2 weeks ago.
Okay, it's not a genetic disease. So the veterinarian is giving you some misinformation there. Even a veterinarian once in a while gives misinformation. And so tell me, other than an anemic, does this dog have any hot spots or lick her toes or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Does this dog have any constipation or diarrhea?
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea. Okay. Has that been going on for a while, or is that just recent?
For about a week and a half.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that this dog might have a high probability of a gluten intolerance. Dogs get gluten intolerance just like human beings. They cannot absorb nutrients, and anemia is one of the first things that shows up. Because if you feed them a good brand of dog food, appropriate for body weight, what does the dog weigh, you think?
The dog's about a little over 70 pounds.
Yeah, okay, so 70 pounds. So you buy a dog food designed for large breeds between 50 and 100 pounds. That dog should get all the nutrients it needs to prevent anemia. So there's something going on in the intestines to prevent the absorption of those nutrients, and I would guess the dog is gluten intolerant. Are you feeding the dog dry dog food or canned dog food?
I was feeding it dry, now it's on can.
Okay, good. How long has the dog been on canned dog food?
About a week and a half.
Okay, great. Yeah, keep going with the canned dog food, and I would also get the Arthrodex for it. Arthrodex is a fabulous, complete supplement program for dogs and cats and other carnivorous critters, everything from lizards to birds and so on. And I'd give that dog 1 scoop for 25 pounds of body weight. So at 70 pounds, I'd give her 3 scoops of the Arthrodex in there. And let's do that. 3 scoops of Arthrodex. Make sure you stay on the canned dog food. No gluten. Don't give it any glutinous treats. And then call me back every 2 weeks and let me know how the dog's doing. I think she'll do fine. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages.
Let's go to Indiana, and Joyce, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Joyce, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. Thank you for taking my call. I'm calling because I have AFib, and I was listening to Dr. Glidden recently, and he was saying something about being upside down. Don't ever do that if you have AFib because you could have a stroke. Well, I'm supposed to have surgery to have my bladder tacked back up. It's like going to fall out of me, but they used to have to put you upside down. They put you way back where your head's down to the ground. Your rest of you's up in the air, and I'm concerned about that.
Well, I would skip the surgery right now, right? I'd cancel the surgery. And here's why. First of all, AFib is not a heart problem. Okay? AFib is not a heart problem. AFib is a back problem. Tell me about your back. Do you ever have a history of back problems?
Well, I have something else. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called Curie malformation, where my brain stem goes down too far into my spinal column. But I'm only type 1. There's 4 types.
That just has to do. That's all related here. Okay? That's because the foramen magnum, the opening in the back of the skull, okay, is actually too big, and the brainstem slips down in there. Okay, it's due to osteoporosis. How old are you?
69.
Yeah, you didn't. When did you first start having symptoms?
Oh, well, I don't know when I had this. I don't know how long I've had that because they just found it when I was in a car accident and had an MRI for the first time.
Oh, they had an MRI, so they just found it. It was an incidental finding. Okay,
yeah.
Sure. Yeah, well, this has to do with osteoporosis. It's a non-factor. Okay? Now, I want to know about your back.
Yeah.
Have you shrunk any in height since you were 20 years old?
Yes, sir, a little bit. I used to be 5'6". I'm probably more around 5'5" or now or something. 5'4", I don't know. I'm not
okay, 5'4.5", or okay. So you shrunk a little bit.
I don't know how much I've shrunk, but a
yeah.
little
So
bit.
you shrunk a little. Well, you need to measure yourself. Get barefoot, stand on a hard floor like in a kitchen or bathroom. Stand against the door frame. Have somebody else hold the pencil parallel to the floor and put just a little dot on the door frame. Measure from the floor to the door frame, and see what your height is. I guarantee you've shrunk. Here's why. When you have AFib, the disc in between T1, 2, 3, and 4, the disc in between your first 4 vertebrae are shrinking. You have degenerative disc disease. That's another reason why your brainstem is slipping down into your cervical vertebrae. In addition to the foramen magnum, that large hole in the back of your skull is too big and everything's slipping out of there. Okay? At any rate, your vertebrae getting closer together, smashing the roots of the spinal nerves that actually affect how the heart runs, the rate and rhythm of the heart. And it's a back problem, not a heart problem. Hang on. We'll show you what to do about all this after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity and 90 for Life Crusade. And Doug, let's go right back to Indiana and Joyce. Okay, so we know what the problem is. Now you have degenerative disc disease. You've shrunk a little bit. As a result, the spinal nerves coming out from between T1, 2, 3, and 4 being squeezed by the vertebrae, which are getting too close together, causing AFib. And also you have a similar thing going down in your lower back, which can contribute to a prolapsed bladder. A lot of doctors say, oh, you've got constant urinary infections, you got a prolapsed bladder. Well, that's because the nerves controlling the bladder are being squeezed at the lower end of the spectrum here in your lumbar vertebrae, because those discs begin to shrink too. The vertebrae get closer together, and they smash the roots to control your urinary bladder. So everything's relaxing or contracting or whatever. There's a mess going on all up and down your spinal cord from your brain, where your brain stem is coming down into your cervical vertebrae, and so on. All this is contributing to all your problems, and doctors are wanting to tinker away at the little pieces rather than get to the basic root cause here. So what I want you to do, what do you weigh, Joyce?
About 144.
Okay, get your pen and paper out here, dear. So what I'd like you to do is take 2 of the Healthy Bone and Joint Packs per month. That's going to be 1 ounce of the Osteo FX Plus at breakfast and dinner, 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine NutriCrystals at breakfast and dinner, 3 of the EFA Pluses at breakfast and dinner, and 15 glucogel a day, because 1 bottle of the glucogel will be with each of the Healthy Bone and Joint Packs. I want you to take 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. All that will be done by the 2 Healthy Bone and Joint Packs per month. And are you on any medication for the AFib?
Well, I don't like taking the heart medicine because it gives me a lot of side effects. And
is that a yes or a no?
No.
Okay, good. All right. So if you're not on any medication, here's what I'd have you do. I'd like you also to take 9 of our Cardio FX a day, 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner. I take 6 a day just for prevention and maintenance, and it has English hawthorn berry in it, which is kind of a very safe form of digitalis. It comes from the English hawthorn tree, and it'll slow your heart down. It'll stop the, if you have tachycardia, fast heart rate kind of thing, and it will slow that down. It'll make the contractions more efficient, so your ejection fraction will be more efficient, all that kind of stuff. Which you take 9 of those a day, 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner. There'll be 3 bottles a month of the Cardio FX. I also want you to take, because you're getting the 2 Healthy Bone and Joint Packs, I want you to take 2 other products that are going to be for the strength and metabolism of the heart and muscle, one of which is going to be our selenium. I want you to take 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. I also want you to take 2 bottles a month. 2 bottles a month. That's 3 of the our Ultimate Selenium twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. And then 2 bottles a month of the D-Stress capsules, capital D like David, Stress. Take 3 of those twice a day. And that's specifically for the metabolism, how the heart uses energy and so forth. And that's going to put you in good shape for the nutrition of the heart, as well as supporting and promoting maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue. In your situation here, disc between the vertebrae, bone, matrix bone itself. Also, I want you to put a 1x3 under the foot of your bed, a 1x3 under the foot of your bed, So your feet will be 1 inch above your head as you sleep at night. So for 6 to 8 hours a night, gravity is going to help you without being too extreme. You're not going to be hanging upside down, but there will be a 1 inch gradient there with everything relaxed. Gravity is going to help you slip your bladder and your uterus and everything back into your pelvic cavity. And then there is a little rubber, or sometimes it may be a fiberglass device, very smooth, maybe fiberglass covered with a rubber coating. You can get them from a pharmacy without prescription. They're called pissuaries. You actually insert it into the vagina during the day when you're standing vertical, and it will prevent bladder and uterus from slipping out. And you can get 2 or 3 of those and wash them. They're very clean. And so use the pissuaries during the day. Put your feet up 1 inch above your head. At night when you sleep, the whole bed has to move, not just pillows under your feet. That's not good enough, because I want your pelvis 1 inch above your head, and that'll happen with a 1x3 under the feet of the bed. And that'll move everything in the right direction. I want you to call me every couple of weeks. I want to know your blood pressure. I want to know your pulse. I want you to tell me about any palpitations you have. Tell me about all that stuff, and tell me about your bladder and your uterus and your weight. I want to know about all those things. Okay, Douglas, let's see here. Gosh, we only have a moment left. Is that correct?
No, we got about 5 minutes here.
Oh, we have 5 minutes left. Okay. Okay, well, let's turn that over to Shar. These have been complicated today, and Shar always has some pearls of wisdom here. So, Shar, what message would you put out there for our millennials now? Not the baby boomers, but the millennials. There's more millennials out there now because baby boomers are dying. So there's more millennials. There's over 80 million millennials out there. These are kids between 18 and 25. What would you recommend to them?
I would recommend them to learn how to take care of themselves now and don't get sucked into this healthcare system if they want to live a long, healthy life.
Well, what basic thing would you have them do?
Take the Mighty 90.
Take the Mighty 90. Yeah. And what would you have them do to kind of monitor themselves? We don't want them just running around smoking pot and willy-nilly all over the place and not really being serious about their health. And you and I, when we're together, we go out into the drugstores, we put our arms in those machines, we get our blood pressure taken and all that stuff.
Our blood pressure, and we can do all that stuff right there at the drugstore for free. And you can buy all kinds of little kits and do all that stuff, for a couple bucks.
Yeah. And so, you have to be responsible. And if you're going to give up the medical system, which Shar and I both hope you do, but you have to be responsible and begin to do the things yourself that are necessary to monitor your health and the health of your loved ones, your neighbors and church mates and so forth. And, Shar, you're going to be 71 here in a month.
Yeah, and you know what Doug just said is true. The more people they get sucked into the healthcare system, the more people they're going to kill, and he's right about the death rate going up.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And, of course, the mistake for the Affordable Health Care Act was that the government felt that people were sick because they didn't have enough access to the medical system. That was the biggest mistake they've made in a long time, okay, because what you want to do is stay away from the medical system because they kill more people every year than the mafia does in 1,000 years. Medical doctors kill, injure, and infect 15 million people each year in their workplace. They don't even get an ocean ticket. What if a fast food place were to kill, injure, and infect 15 million of their customers every year? What if commercial airlines were to kill, injure, and infect 15 million of their passengers every year? Nobody would go to fast food places, and certainly nobody would fly. Why do people line up to go to their doctors? Why do you think people keep going to doctors, Char, when they know they're so dangerous?
Because they've had their brains sucked out by the media.
Yeah, and you throw in insurance into the mix. Well, it's free. And so I guess people don't mind if the doctor kills them as long as it's free. If they had to refi their house, they wouldn't get the test. If they had to refi their house, they wouldn't get the surgery. They'd find out a cheaper, non-surgical way to deal with this, correct?
Correct. And you know what? I've got that, what do you call that old age insurance, Medicare?
Medicare, Medicaid.
Yeah. It pays for 80%, and you got to pay 20% out of your pocket, which I think is a great idea because it makes people think twice, do I want to do this or not? I mean, I'm going to pay money for this whatever I'm getting, and is it going to be worth my money, and on and on and on. As a matter of fact, I have a carpenter, which I need to talk to you about. You know my carpenter, and he got conned into having, because his knee kept filling up with fluid. And this doctor said, well, he could fix it by giving him surgery. And they told him, they lied to him, said he had insurance from his ex-wife, which he didn't. They did the surgery. Then they tell him he didn't have insurance, so they want him to pay for it. And now his knee keeps filling up with fluid worse than it did before he had the surgery. And he says to me, well, I know you didn't want me to do this. And I said, did I tell you not to do it? And he said, no, but I know you didn't want me to do it. And I said, well, did it help you one little bit? He said, no. I said, well, there, you just answered your own question, really.
Yeah, well, he needs 15 glucogel a day because he's a big fella. You're talking about Stephen, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's a big fella. He needs 15 glucogel a day. Stop drinking carbonated drinks while he's working and sweating. Use Rebound to drink, which is going to replace all the nutrients he's sweating out. Take 2 healthy bone and joint packs per month, and his knee won't swell anymore. You need raw materials. Well, thank you, Shar, for all the insights. Thank you so much, Doug and Susan, for a superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity and 90 for Life Crusade. And Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Richmond, Virginia. And Pamela, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Pamela, you're on the air.
Hey, Dr. Wallach, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How can we help you?
I talked to you a little while ago, it's been a while actually, about my mom who's 92, who's showing signs of memory.
You have to speak up just a little bit, dear. I can't hear you.
Okay, yeah, I talked to you about my mom who's showing signs of memory loss, short and long term. She's 92. She can still play piano. She can play new pieces, but she may play one right after the other. She's pretty active. She's out several times a week.
Okay, and how old is she?
She's 92.
Okay, good.
Good
what does she weigh?
She's 5'4", weighs 143.
Okay. All right, she on any medication?
Yes, she has a few medications she's under. 12.5 milligrams of hydrochlorothiazide to address age-related hypertension diagnosed in 2007.
Okay. Does she have any skin problems or diabetes?
No.
No. Okay, good. Okay, we only have a few moments here. So what I'd like you to do, because she has high blood pressure, she is on medication, there could be some vascular dementia going on. She could have Alzheimer's disease. And so what I would do at 143 pounds is I would give her 1 healthy heart and brain pack per month. 1 healthy heart and brain pack per month. I would also get her a extra bottle of D-stress capsules, capsule D like David-stress. Give her 3 of those a day. And I would also get her 1 bottle of the Ultimate Daily tablets so she can get 3 of those twice a day. It's a big bottle, so 3 twice a day, the Ultimate Dailies, to support healthy blood pressure, to support healthy blood flow through all her arteries, including those in her brain. And I would have her eat, at 143 pounds, I'd have her eat 6 eggs a day, either soft scrambled in butter, poached with soft yolks, or soft boiled with soft yolks. And let's start there, but get rid of all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no deli slices, sandwich meats, processed meats, absolutely no oils, no margarines, mayonnaise, salad dressings, cooking oils, and absolutely no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats. It's going to be a change. But to deal with dementia and high blood pressure in a 92-year-old woman, we've got to be a little aggressive here without overwhelming her with too many supplements. Give us a call every couple of weeks. You're welcome to call every day if you need to, but let's take care of Mom. This memory can come back. I've seen it come back in even people who are 100 years old. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Michigan. And Rick, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Rick, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Yes, sir. What's up?
My question is, my wife has a couple of different areas that she's trying to work on. We just bought a pack for each one of the areas. She wants to lose weight, 100 pounds, type 2 diabetes, and arthritis. She's at 200.
That's 3.
No.
Maybe she weighs 260?
Mm-hmm.
And how tall is she?
5'7".
Okay. So get your pen and paper out. We got to go fast here. We may have to finish up tomorrow if we don't get through it. Okay, Shar?
Yeah.
Okay, 250-pound woman. She has type 2 diabetes, and she has arthritis and, let's see here, arthritis, type 2 diabetes, and obviously 5'7", I'd say she's 100 pounds overweight. What would you do for her?
Well, she's already bought the packs, he said. So I think he implied that she got one of the sweet, healthy blood sugar packs. and she got one of the healthy bone and joint packs.
Okay, good. That's good. Okay.
Which will address all that stuff. And if she wants to really lose weight more, she can add the ASAP to that regimen.
Exactly. Very, very good, Char. The only thing I would add, because she weighs 260, I'd have her take an extra bottle of the Sweeties so she could take a minimum of 6 Sweeties a day. I'd rather see her take 9, 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner, so she may want to get 2 bottles of extra Sweeties and add that to the healthy blood sugar pack. Wouldn't hurt to get another bottle of glucogel so she could take 15 of those a day, a full dose of everything else. And let her want to lose 100 pounds. I'd have her get 2 bottles a month of the ASAP Good Choice, Char. Let her take a dropper full under her tongue 30 minutes before each meal and a dropper full under her tongue 15 minutes before each meal. Call us again tomorrow, Rick. We can spend a little more time with you and flesh this thing out. Thank you so much, everybody. Great questions and testimony. Thank you so much, Doug and Susan. Superlative job as usual. Thank you so much, Char. Super job today, A+. God bless America, and we'll be back tomorrow. God bless you.